And we are live. We are live. Sunday, the beginning of the week. Sunday, a day to relax, to reflect. And that is why we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. Yes, my name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars. Y nosotros creemos en el disfrute de la artesanía que te permite parar el tiempo, reflexionar en nuestras vidas y planear el futuro. Un saludo a toda la gente en español, un saludo a los tabaqueros, un saludo a la gente de Nicaragua que está haciendo un trabajo tan bello para que la marca Tabanero siga adelante. Gracias, gracias Raymond, gracias hermano, muchas gracias. Yo sé que pronto nos vamos a ver. Guys, it's been a great week. It's been a great week. Been kind of slow right here in the shop. Slow also in the website. But we understand why. We understand why. But in my task, on the things that I need to keep going and keep working, the things that I need to be changing, it's been a pretty successful week. Pretty successful week. We keep working on the property that we're building to store a lot of cigars. I worked the whole week in there and some time in the box shop. I'm always got to be wearing many hats, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. I found purpose. I found my passion through cigars, and I have no problem with the many hats that I need to wear to keep going. I remember people talking about that, about wearing many hats, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. But now that I have experimenting in my life what it means to wear many hats, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I've learned to be okay to most of the time doing difficult things, doing difficult tasks. I don't want my life to be easy. I stopped wishing, I stopped asking for that. I was younger and I used to say why things will be easier. No, I'm glad they were not easier, because I recently did some reading that they really put me to reflect. As a young entrepreneur, you're always asking to be easier, to be easier. But if you're always doing easy things, your life is going to be pretty hard. If you're always doing pretty hard stuff, pretty uncomfortable things that average people don't want to do, your life will be easier. I read recently that really tough times make really strong men. Really strong men will make times easier, but easier times will make weak men, and weak men will create really hard times. I know you have to rewind and listen to this. I did too, but it makes a lot of sense. I've seen it through different generations of family. The first generation made it happen, and the fourth generation, you've seen that they're having a hard time with their life because they were created weak. So they make their life pretty hard. They make pretty hard times. So again, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable during the week dressing on my other clothing and getting my elbows greased, working hard, making difficult things, late hours, spending less time with my family because I have a vision of what I have to accomplish. And I know it's difficult. My wife says that it's hard for me to find friends because the friends that I have around me that I consider friends, we don't have the same vision for life. We don't have the same purpose. So once you hang out with me for a little bit, you will understand that I'm obsessed with my goals, with my dream. And I see it. I was talking to a friend that we reconnect after 8 years. I said, you have to look at me like those religious people that all the time they're talking about the Bible and the Bible and the Bible says this and the Bible says that, and all they talk is about religion. That's me with my brand. Everything in my mind, everything that I have to say is about my brand. because I'm obsessed. I'm to an extreme and I'm okay with it. I'm only gonna leave once, so I wanna make it like that. Let's take the time to reflect, to respond a comment from one of our customers. He did a comment on YouTube. His name is a Spanish mackerel, a Spanish mackerel, macarela en español. Let's read the comment and then we go over. We reflect on the comment. He says, I think you should state what your concept is now. Before it was cigars hand roll in Tampa. That was the theme, the hook, etc. Now it seems that the concept fell, at least somewhat. I can tell how much you're still rolling there in your factory, and like 100 other brands are, instead of importing rolling cigar from Nicaragua, and it seems your emphasis has shifted to branding and lifestyle. It will be nice to see you address head-on this change in concept and why it had to happen. Thank you. I really want to thank you, Spanish Mackerel. I really want to thank you because when I got the comment, it kind of hit me, but after I read it a few times, I understand where you're coming from, and I really appreciate the care of helping me to stay in course. It's really important to stay in course. We have so many distractions when you are a business owner, when you're an entrepreneur, that you lose course. You lose course. I also learned in business that you have to work with the knowledge that you have and the things that you have around you. You need to make it happen with what is available. And the situation is because since day zero I understood that I was not working on a cigar shop. I was working. As you can see, look at my labels, look at my boxes, look at my branding. It will be impossible to ignore that we have created a brand made right here in Tampa, Florida. Since day one, we've been working on branding. It happens that brand started right here in Tampa, Florida. And up to March, the end of March, we were manufacturing 12 to 14,000 a month. We always kept inventory of 100,000 cigars. Always, always. We got to a point in the last 2 years that our inventory, it was 100,000 cigars. But with the pandemic, believe me, the Spanish Mackerel, believe me, we haven't been able to find cigar rollers. And we're gonna make it really pause to have my coffee. Let's have my coffee. Thank you, Karen Lozano. Karen Lozano uses many hats too, and she does it amazingly. Thank you, Karen. Taba Brew, roasted right here in Tampa, Florida. They've been 100 years established in Tampa, Florida. There's no reason to go away from Taba Brew, from Naviera Coffee Mill. Was the roasting for Taba Brew. An excellent collaboration that we've been doing with Danny Fernandez, owner of Naviera Coffee Mill. And the brew brand started with another coffee. And finally, I was able to make in Tampa. I believe the same. To Nicaragua and started a bigger operation. He always kept a shop in A Street with rollers making cigars, but he didn't cancel himself to saying no to growing. He saw the opportunity to keep growing, and he did what it takes. For us to grow in here in Tampa, I think we are at a cap. Before the pandemic, we have been over many of the difficulties that we have always faced with cigar rollers. But it doesn't matter, we always encounter those difficulties, and I keep striving on my dream. I have a dream, and I'm not gonna go away from. It is a Tampa brand. That we're gonna start helping a little bit the brand with Nicaragua, we have to. We are almost at 40,000 cigars. We keep running out of cigars. What will you want me to do? Spanish Mackerel, Do you want me to stop right here? You want me to stop when we run out of completely cigars? We have ads looking for cigar rollers and they don't show. They don't show. We are working right now in a way to implement Nicaraguan style manufacturing, which is a little bit easier to create cigar rollers. I'm going to start training people. I'm going to start making cigar rollers. It is extremely expensive. Tobacco right now is at the highest, I'm gonna take the risk of investing money of creating cigar rollers to continue making cigars in Tampa. But should I stop growing? Should I stop growing the brand to just keep it here, making cigars in here? I don't think so. I'm 42 years old. If I was 90 years old, I'd probably think about it, reflect if I stop here. But if I'm 42, 50, 60, 70, I will continue growing. The Colonel from KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, he started his ventures when he was 70 years old. He's one of my mentors. Age it's in my mind. I'm gonna stop celebrating my birthdays every year. I'm gonna do it now just on the even years. I'm not gonna keep going old so fast. So I like how this customer, which I thankful respect his comment. I appreciate you expressing how you feel about directions that we are going. Please don't stop doing it. We will appreciate your comments. We really appreciate it. When you say since that the concept failed, thank you. Part of succeed is constantly failing. Nobody talks about their failures. Everybody talks about their succeed. Jeff Bezos said it many times. You guys only know the brands, the services that have succeed from Amazon. You have no idea how many times fail on many other things. Saying that it seems like the concept failed. Thank you. You're right. It looks like the concept failed. Trying to make cigars with cigar rollers from Havana, Cuba. That concept failed because this individual coming from a communist regime, from a socialist regime that makes you feel that the government has to take care of everything for you, that everything should be free. And in the capitalist system, there's nothing free. You got to work hard for it. So I said, you know what? This concept of working with Cuban cigar rollers has failed. I've learned from it, and it's what has pushed me to understand, take responsibility, that I got to start making cigar rollers right here in Tampa, Florida. So besides making cigars, I'm also going to start making cigar rollers in Tampa, Florida. And you will see me, because when I aim and I put my eye in there, I will succeed. I don't care if I lose an eye, I lose an arm, I will succeed. I'm hungry for life. I'm hungry for business, to make this brand my dream to the maximum potential. What I know today, 2020, October, November, that soon we're going to have the elections. We're going to go and know who is our president, and we have to celebrate when we know who is our president. Today, I have a vision where we're going to go, but I know in 5 years, knowing myself, that vision can change. I feel compromised with Tampa. Tampa it was the birth for the brand, and we will stay here for the rest of the brand. We will stay in Tampa. There's no reason why to move this shop to stop production in Tampa. But the first concept, how much you can see how many we are rolling in the shop. We're not rolling anything. Like I said, when the pandemic came in, I was 110,000 cigars, because I believe in our brand. I always keep inventory. So when the pandemic hits in and we had no rollers, we were able to stay up to this point without cigars. We have ads looking for rollers, but they haven't shown up. And the ones that worked with me in the past, they don't want to come back to work with us. And some I wouldn't accept it, because they say we are too strict. I don't have any problem with that. I will continue to be strict. When you're saying, so that answers your questions. We're not rolling any cigar, but we still selling from the inventory that we had before end of March. And like at 100 other brands, instead of importing the cigar from Nicaragua, it seems that you are emphasizing on branding and lifestyle. I've been emphasizing on branding since the beginning. Since the beginning, because of the many books that I read of business to get me ready for this journey. I knew clearly that I wasn't working on a shop. A shop, it will last 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, but they will go away. A brand, it can transcend. A brand can continue forever, forever. So since the beginning, I've been working on branding. I'm working on a brand. It's not anything new. I'm always been working on brand. And when it comes to lifestyle, the lifestyle, it was also kind of from the beginning. One of my mentors is Padron. Padron does an amazing work with cigars, and he's pretty limited. But I always said, I'm hungry for life. I want to do many things that I enjoy, so why only stick to cigars? I feel that up to this point, making cigars here has been mastered. Now I'm going to start importing, like you said, cigar from Nicaragua, and I'm going to go back to that point, and I'm going to master that. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to master making cigars in Nicaragua. So, lifestyle. Why lifestyle? Customers always come complimenting on my hat. My customers always complimenting on my cubaveras, my jackets, and always asking, where do you buy your jackets? Where do you buy your cubaveras? I said, well, I'm always been thinking about having my own line, and that's what I'm saying, lifestyle. How I'm executing that? Look at the coffee. We have our own coffee. Why not? Coffee goes with cigars. Cubavera goes with cigars. So that's why I'm also working on lifestyle. But this is not now. It was from the beginning. It was from the beginning that we knew we would work on branding and things that we enjoyed that are related to cigars. So that answers your questions about branding and lifestyle. Let's go back to Nicaragua, to doing what everybody does. There is a lot of space, a lot of a great space in there of doing what everybody does. And I'll tell you why. Because most of the brands that they're made in Nicaragua, someone would like to enjoy the glamour. Someone wanted to feel important by having a cigar brand. They go down to Nicaragua. They'll tell the blender, the factory, I want a good cigar. A good cigar has so many different meaning to many different people that you telling a factory, I want a good cigar, they're going to make you a good cigar. They're going to make you a good cigar that they feel is a good cigar. So if they've been smoking forever, at least 10 cigars a day, they're going to make you what they think is a good cigar for them. How much you have grown your palate to say, yes, it's a good cigar. So there's a lot of brands out there that is just based on the brand, on someone going and saying, I want a good cigars, let's go ahead and put it in the market, let's take it to many stores as fast as we can. Usually the number you want to hit on the first year when your business is just wholesale is at least 500 stores on the first year. You can consider yourself a successful brand if you start a wholesale and you have your brand in 500 stores in the first year. We are not doing what everybody else is doing, and I'll tell you why. I have said it, I have shared with my customers, with people who follow many times, but I don't mind sharing again. Every time I share it, I get new ideas. Every time I'm talking about my dream, my vision, when I'm verbalizing, when I'm saying it, I get better ideas. When you manufacture cigars, all you know is manufacturing. You don't listen to the customer. You don't listen to the customer. You don't get an email of a customer talking to you, talking to the factory. The only customer that you're going to listen from is a person who's buying the cigar to wholesale. So you don't really listen from customers when you in the manufacturing cigars. When you in the retailing business, you don't learn about manufacturing. You are at the mercy of what the factory is saying. If they change your blend, you have to be really good at it to spot that your blend change. So if you're into retail, you learn about a retail. If you're into manufacturing, you learn about manufacturing. We have the opportunity of being manufacturing boutique style and selling cigars 20 feet away for 10 years. Do you know how much you learn from the customer and from the manufacturing process? So when you go to a factory in Nicaragua and you sit down with a person running the factory and he learns how much knowledge you have, the game changed right there. The game changed right there because some of the factories that you believe they got potential, just for you to see the way of treating the tobacco, the way of the buncher making the cigars, you get a sense if there's passion in it, if they're really enjoying what they're doing, and that makes a big difference. When you open a cigar, when you open a sample that it was sent from Nicaragua, and you can spot all the different tobaccos inside of the cigar, that says a lot about you. When you can work on your blends, when you can receive a blend, and you were thinking about this blend because of the tobaccos that you have available right here in Tampa, and the manufacturing says, look, the industry right here in Nicaragua has went to another level. For instance, we're not using binders from Nicaragua. He would say, I said, well, I was under the impression that binders from Jalapa, it will be a really good contribution to the cigar. They said, well, no, that has changed. That has changed. We continue doing secos. We continue doing secos from Ecuador because the seco from Ecuador, it's a lot more gastado, a lot more fermented to a point that you're going to have a perfect ash. You're going to have a perfect ash and you're not going to have any bitterness. These are little things that I've been 10 years in the industry and I have so much to learn, but I have learned a lot on this last 10 years from the Cuban cigar rollers. So it's a big difference going to Nicaragua and say, hey, I want a good cigar, than going to Nicaragua and say, look, these are my blends. What can you better on my blends? Do you think I should continue in this direction or do you see room for improvement? Now you're having a conversation with someone that has been in the industry probably 10 years, the same as you, but 10 years in Nicaragua where everything is happening pretty fast. So believe me, there's a big difference when two titans get together, young blood, and work on a blend, work on a cigar, that when a brand, someone with money comes to Nicaragua and says, hey, I want you to make me a good cigar to put it on the retailers. There's a big difference. So don't categorize our brand like any other brands importing from Nicaragua. No, it's two different things. Don't use that term because it's not the same. The amount of knowledge that I have acquired in this last 10 years, the people that are working down in Nicaragua, they understand the knowledge I have. I can see the knowledge they have, and we're doing a collaboration that someone that just got into it in the industry won't be able to achieve. And the other thing that is the most important thing, I've been listening to my customers for the last 10 years. I know what they're looking for on my brand, okay? Many customers come in and they say, I want this, this, and that from Rocky Patel. Sir, I don't know much about Rocky Patel. I know about my brand. And I try to redirect them into a point that I believe their palate will accept and will enjoy it because of the things that they're saying about the Rocky Patel cigar. So my friend, I hope I answer your comment. I hope I answer your comment. I encourage you when this go to YouTube to make another comment to let me know what do you think. And again, please understand that I really appreciate you taking the time and writing that. It helped me out to reframe. It helped me out to concentrate and to stay focused. And I thank you because it took me time to read it a few times, reflect on it, and take the best of what you were saying on that comment. I started the day with a Robusto Connecticut, but we were talking and my Robusto went off. But I had a nice ash, so I decided to stand up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. And that can show the construction the cigar had. These are the ones made in Nicaragua. These are Robusto Connecticut blend. This is a Robusto Connecticut blend that before it was done with 3 ingredients. It used to be just with Nicaragua Ligero, Nicaraguan Seco, and Colombian Volado. Now things have got complex because now we're using Connecticut from Ecuador, binder from Ecuador, and Umetepe, Condega, and Jalapa. 3 different regions in Nicaragua, and also Colombia. I need to keep Colombia because it's part of my blend. But now, just instead of just saying Nicaragua, we were able to spot which tobacco from Nicaragua. And that's what it makes it different when you have a little bit of knowledge and you go down there and you show your blend, and we find a way to make the blend better. It was off. I just cleaned the ashes, pretty gentle, blow a little bit, and we're gonna relight again. Whoa. Matches. Let me have the matches, please. The matches, yeah. Let me. No, those matches. Thank you guys. Let me have my matches. I was trying to be sophisticated with the lighter, but I enjoy matches. Stay away from the fume. I have to share with you guys that in the past, I would never, it will be rare the days that I would start the day on the sequence of Connecticut, mild Connecticut, sun-grown, and later on a medium to full. Most of the day I would start the day with the medium sun-grown, and every once in a while go up to a medium to full. Since I tried my new blends of Connecticut wrappers, my new blends of Robustos, I'm starting my day every day with a new Robusto. It has so much flavor. It's a mild cigar, but it has so much flavor that if you don't watch yourself, you wouldn't light up the next level. You will light up another Connecticut. It doesn't go away from the nice flavor. It's not tiring. It's a cigar that if you are new into the lifestyle and you don't want to burn your palate so fast, you can stay right here, Connecticut Robusto. They're gonna be ready mid-December. Mid-December, this new blend of Connecticut Robusto, they're gonna be available. Again, these are manufactured in Nicaragua with my blends, and like I said, it's basically same blend that we've been working here with better tobaccos. That's another thing that I have to agree and share with you guys. Most of the tobaccos used here, they missing some fermentation. I believe that we can do better. We always know that we can improve. And one of those improvements is that most of the tobaccos used by the factory that we have made the collaboration, they well fermented. You get one other leaf and just light up the leaf, and the leaf doesn't go off. You gotta put it in the sidewalk on an ashtray because it keeps burning completely. To be able to find that in our leaf that we buy here in Tampa is pretty difficult. We don't have the people, we don't have the labor right here in Tampa to continue fermenting it will be a really expensive process. So now that's another thing that we have improved in our blends. Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity. We keep doing this every Sunday. Right now, the only sense that we can find is sharing with you, sharing with our customers how things are going during the week. That's all I can say. In probably 5 years, we will go, wow, now I understand why I was doing my life every Sundays. The way I see it right now is Sunday is a difficult day for most of people, because Sundays, if you have to come and devote yourself to your profession, your work, everybody else will make you feel awkward. Everybody will say, oh, do you work on Sundays? Oh my God, that is so sad. No, it's not sad for me. I love to work on Sundays. I enjoy it. I love what I do. And Sunday is a really calm day. So I guess I choose Sunday to do my life because I want to be doing uncomfortable things for other people on Sunday and feel good about it. This will be really uncomfortable for someone else. For me, I enjoy it. I love it. Guys, remember, we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that somehow allow you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. I'll see you next Sunday.